I wasn't planning on making a video like this, but something unexpected recently happened and I need to talk about this. Basically, my latest video got taken down by YouTube, apparently for hate speech. And I was confused because I was like, I did not do any hate speech, but I did say some things in that video. I, for example, said something like, oh, I might have never had good sex, but uh, I like kind of bragging or something. I try to give off the illusion that I had good sex and I kind of brag about losing my virginity. And I was like, it makes me feel good because it makes me think that I was attractive enough to get a woman to sleep with me. And when people kind of ask how many women I have slept with, and I haven't slept with that many because my body count is embarrassingly low, I am like, kind of like, well, it's more than zero because I am so attractive that at least one woman was willing to sleep with me, and that makes me so proud of myself. And I love this pride because this pride makes me happy. It makes me feel good about myself. That is something I said kind of on that video, and I can admit that this doesn't sound very good out of context. But then, like, the notifications that I received showed me an example where I was apparently delivering hate speech. And so I looked at that example, and it was apparently because I called myself an incel. Now, before some people will start flaming me and calling me fake, I am not an actual, like a true incel, because if I was that, then I wouldn't be able to brag about losing my virginity. Unless I was lying, I guess. But I am technically an incel since I am involuntarily celibate. That is what I meant when I called myself an incel. I simply went based off of the very definition, which comes from the two words, involuntary, celibate. I am involuntarily celibate at the moment, which is why I am technically an incel. However, I have never associated myself with the incel movement, and I have never viewed myself as a typical incel, as like your average incel on the internet. And I do not support the incel movement on the internet. I think it's a horrible self-fulfilling prophecy. I think that when you call yourself an incel and when you believe that you are an incel, you get stuck in it and you become an incel for the rest of your life. Like, if you believe that you are something, you will be something. And a lot of the incels, they are not willing to do any work on themselves. They just mope around in their misery and they blame everyone else but them. I am actually trying to work on myself. Unlike many other people that you might think of. I am going to the gym almost every day so that I can build muscle, so that I can look more aesthetic, so that I can attract other people, and so that I can feel good about myself, and so that I can be healthy, and much more. And I have previously, for example, received a lot of criticism on my channel for having a small neck, so I have done a lot of neck exercises like this summer, so hopefully my neck is bigger now. I have started shopping clothes that will look better on me. I shower with a shampoo and a conditioner, so I actually take care of my appearance. I am actually working on myself. And I am at the moment also trying to work on my social skills. because I think social skills also play a huge factor in how other people will perceive you and whether they will be attracted to you or not. Also, I do not spend any time on any of the incel forums. I have never been on an incel forum. I might have checked one out of curiosity, I don't know, but I have never ever been active and or participated myself on an incel forum, because I simply don't want to get brainwashed by the things that people might say on those forums. And I do not condone hate on anybody. I know that the word incel is associated with hate. It is associated with like school shooters and that kind of stuff. I do not condone that. I do not identify myself by any of that. When I called myself an incel, I simply meant involuntarily celibate, nothing more. But I can admit that I used to, and I still do, have some characteristics of an incel, mainly in my worldviews. I kind of literally implied in that video how losing my virginity was amazing because it made me proud of myself, that I was attractive enough to get a woman to sleep with me. And I can understand how that can be perceived the wrong way by some people. Like, I basically treated women as a status symbol rather than people with their own thoughts, emotions, and feelings and their own problems in life. Like the way I said, oh, I am so proud that I managed to get at least one woman to sleep with me. It feels like I am treating women like some kind of Pokemon, and that the objective is to get them to sleep with you. It's like, gonna catch them all. It's like, Pokemon, gonna get them to sleep with me. And I can understand that this can be perceived in a very sexist and derogatory way. And I will admit that I might still have those worldviews that I am working on. But here is the thing. I do not condone those beliefs. Even if they come from me, I do not promote those beliefs. I do not encourage other people to have those beliefs. It was taken out of context, possibly. The full context in the video that I made was that I need to avoid hanging out in groups of people and spending time with more than 2 people at once. Because whenever I am in a group, whenever I spend time with more than 2 people at once, that is when I get those beliefs. That is when I convince myself that I am the attractive one in that group. That is when I convince myself that I am the man that will get the most women in that group. Like, you kind of know this philosophy that if you put 10 guys and 10 girls in a room, then one guy will get all the girls and the other 9 guys will get no girls. Kind of like this black pill belief. I believe that I am the guy that will get all the girls. Like, I have those beliefs whenever I am in a group of people, and whenever there is alcohol involved and we play truth or dare and people kind of ask me, oh, the best place where you had sex, or how many women or men have you slept with, that is when I like start feeling proud of myself and I am like, oh yeah, I'm so super attractive because I got this one woman out of millions of women to sleep with me, so I feel so good about myself. But deep down, I am a socially awkward, autistic nerd. And so what I meant in that video is that I need to avoid situations in my life that encourage those worldviews in me. So I was literally condemning, how do you pronounce? Sorry, English is not my first language. Condemning those worldviews. So I was not encouraging them. I was not promoting those worldviews onto other people. Therefore, I was not promoting any hate speech. I was not doing any hate speech. But I guess this is how society works. If you have ever viewed women as a status symbol rather than human beings, then you are a monster. It doesn't matter how hard you try to be a good person, there will be no mercy on you. The world is not gonna give you a second chance. People say that you should not let your past define you. But, ironically enough, the world defines you based on your past. My video got taken down because it thought I was encouraging hate speech, despite speaking against it, speaking how I want to become a good person. Do you want to know what my biggest fear in life is? Well, one of my biggest fears. If I ever start a family, I get married to this amazing woman, and we will be like soulmates. We will have amazing sex. And because of that amazing sex, the woman will get pregnant, and now I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be a father! Yes! And then our children will get born. And then eventually, the mother of my future children finds out how I have been viewing women. How I have been perceiving women as some status symbols. And she will feel so disgusted that will put her, my future children, and my family in some kind of jeopardy. And what will be especially bad is if I have daughters. Like if my children will be daughters, like they will be girls. They will grow up to be girls. And they will have to find out eventually that their own father had a disturbing view of girls and women. Those girls will be ashamed of their own father. That is why I am desperately trying to redeem myself. But it's hard when the outside world does not allow you to redeem yourself. But sometimes you have to understand that this is how the world works. If you screw up in life, you have to take the consequences. No matter how sorry you are, no matter how much you want to change, you have to take the consequences. And that is something I am currently doing. I guess that's why my video had to be taken down. And why I need to clarify what I meant in this video. And I am still on a journey. I want to fully redeem myself, because at the end of the day, my goal in this channel is to give out hope and motivation and inspiration. I want to showcase how you can transform your life. How you can be the most pathetic, sexist, misogynistic pig and still turn your life around. And how you can still successfully manage to be a kind-hearted, good person. I am trying to encourage hope, motivation, and inspiration. Not any hate speech. I do not condone hate on anyone. I need to make that clear